Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Disney and Hasbro, we are featuring Star Wars Luke Skywalker. Okay, so as of this recording, it's March 3rd, 2024. I purchased this action figure at my local Walmart. I want to say it was under $10. It was maybe like $9.50 or $9.99 or something. It's not in the same league as like the vintage collection. This is a much more budget action figure with less articulation. I'm guessing about 5 points. And overall, I still think it's a solid figure. Much more serious collectors will probably prefer the vintage collection. I'm a little bit more forgiving just because I grew up on the original Kenner action figures and the Power of the Force action figures. For me, 5 points of articulation is enough articulation, especially for a child. The presentation is well done. You know, we have Jedi Luke here as he appears in Return of the Jedi, and also later on in, I think, is it The Mandalorian or Ahsoka? The card backing is very eye-catching with the white, the yellow, and the blue. Nice contrast against the portrait of this illustration of Jedi Luke. Luke comes with a little backpack that he carries Grogu in during Grogu's training exercises. He comes with the green saber. And then on the back, Luke Skywalker rose from humble beginnings to become one of the greatest Jedi the galaxy has ever known. And then here's the action figure itself. Alright, so first impressions of Jedi Luke. It's a really well done action figure. It's very reminiscent of like the Power of the Force action figure that we got like almost like 30 years ago. But it's nice. The proportions are well done. He has the glove over the robot hand. The sculpting is very, very clean. The folds and wrinkles are very subtle. The likeness to actor Mark Hamill, I think, is pretty spot on. Although I do think the face looks a little bit too young for what this Luke represents. You know, this is post-Jedi Luke when he's training Grogu, so I think he should look a little bit older. But, you know, I think it's a nice evergreen look for the character. Here's the backpack for Grogu, if you have Grogu. Here's the green saber. Nicely done. Very clean. And we have Jedi Luke. Beautiful looking figure. For me, this is one of Luke's, I think for me it's like one of his best costumes. I like this one a lot. I remember growing up as a kid, I loved Jedi Luke's costume in the black as opposed to the Bespin Luke. I didn't mind Bespin Luke, but for me this one is, I don't know, I just liked the lines, and it was just such a clean, and I think with the black it made the character look a little bit more sinister. And you know, looking past the original 3 movies, you know, this costume's also very reminiscent of his father's. You know, it's kind of very Anakin Skywalker-like. And articulation, like I said, it's 5 points. You know, you have the head. It's on a ball joint, so you have a little bit more than just a swivel. You know, there's some tilt. His arms move. And with the 5 points of articulation, I've said this before, anytime I handle 5 points of articulation, it really strikes that nostalgia chord for me. You know, it really feels like one of the toys from my childhood. Unfortunately, there is no waist swivel, and you just get articulation in the legs. But that's okay. Surprisingly, even though this is a basic figure and that's priced, you know, in the budget range, I am kind of impressed that they did take the time for the tabard to be like a separate material and not be sculpted onto the leg. So that's kind of a surprise. Let's get his backpack on. It's very simple. Here are the 2 shoulder straps, and there's even a peg in the back. And you just plug that into the socket. It's a nice tight fit. There you go. And then you have Luke with his backpack. And if you happen to have this figure here, the Grogu figure from the same line. You could take Grogu and then just throw him in the backpack. And then it's kind of very reminiscent of like Luke when he was training with Yoda back in the day. So yeah, it's a great figure. And, you know, with the included accessory of the backpack, they're really encouraging you to pick up the Grogu as well. So yeah, it's an excellent figure. I'm really glad I bought it. Oh, and one last thing. I really wanted to do this. So this is an old action figure. This is the original Power of the Force Rancor from 1995. It's not to be confused with the original Kenner one. I just wanted to see what this looks like next to it. Yeah, this is awesome. For me, this is like the perfect piece to complement this Luke. You know, whenever I think of Jedi Luke, I always think of the Rancor, and I think the two next to each other just look phenomenal. It's crazy. This toy is like 28, 29 years old, and I think it still holds up incredibly well. The paint job is amazing. It's made of this soft vinyl plastic, so if you drop it, it's not going to break. And it's heavy, it's a beast, and it just completely towers over Luke. Just look at that. And if you want, pretend Luke's getting eaten up. So, awesome, awesome figure. Yeah, so I'm very happy with this purchase. You know, if you happen to see this, don't hesitate, pick it up. You know, especially if you're like an older fan, I think this will really hit close to home. You know, you'll definitely be flooded with a bunch of your childhood memories as you handle this. Okay, with that being said, let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.